Hello, Kelly Savage with the Butterfly Thoughts Podcast, where we take our still, quiet thoughts that fly in and choose to see nothing but opportunities of a transformation journey as productive and beautiful as a butterfly. That's why I call them butterfly thoughts. They're from the Holy Spirit. Here's to changing your life one day at a time, one thought at a time. This episode is called, That's It, I've Accepted It. I was watching a Hallmark movie the other day. Yes, I am certainly one that can watch 1 or 25 of those per season. I admit it. I like the break of chaotic craziness of real life and add a little romance, smiles, cuddling, and rest. I never really thought of myself learning too much from a Hallmark movie, though, because it is just a movie, right? Yes, it is. And we have to watch what we see, be careful of how we fill our mind, what we learn, what we focus on. Well, you get the picture. So I was quite surprised that my butterfly thought, that Holy Spirit whisper, flew in right in the middle of a Hallmark movie. I guess it could have been the prayer that I lifted up that morning to open my eyes, my ears, work my heart, and more to hear Him and what He has to say to me and beyond. Well, He did. And yes, you guessed it, it was through one of those Hallmark memorable scenes. So let's set the stage. 2 girlfriends in a coffee shop, talking about life, their obstacles, and you guessed it, the lack of love in their life. Then this statement was made. She said, I've just accepted that I won't have love. I won't get the job of my dreams, and that life is what it is. That's not it. She furthermore stated, I kind of lost hope in all those things. Stop. Hold the presses. Butterfly thoughts flying in right at my face like the kind of vision you can't ignore. Almost felt like a gentle smack on my head, to be honest. These statements made me feel awful for her, and yes, I know, I felt awful at the screen, which wasn't a real story. But maybe, just maybe this scene, these statements aren't far off for things you say in your life, that I say in my life. Perhaps worth a self-reflection moment. Okay, gonna stop right there for just a second. Let it sink in. Do you say anything like that in your life? Have you lost hope somewhere or with a certain area of your life? Have you settled for less instead of rediscovering hope in God's best for your life? Have you ever found yourself in a place where you accepted something not because it was what you truly wanted, but because you just lost hope for something better? It could have been a job, a relationship, a dream, a goal, anything that over time discouragement crept in and you settled, which just seemed easier than believing for more and holding onto that faith consistently. But there is a cost of settling. It may be easier in the moment, but we may feel unfulfilled, restless, or even regretful over time. Good chances you will. Good news in that, yes, God's grace covers our imperfection and wants to renew us to hope, faith, and trust and not limit what He can do in our lives. When we choose to wait for God's best, although challenging at times, can bring rewards that far outweigh what temporary ease of settling. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you. 2 Peter 3:9. What feels like a delay in God's is often God's way of preparing us for his best. And waiting doesn't mean passivity. It means staying active in faith, trusting that God is working behind your scenes. Remember, you are worthy of God's best, and your worth is not defined by your mistakes, past or current. You are a child of God, created with a purpose and loved deeply. He wants you to experience his best, not just the bare minimum. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. From Jeremiah 29:11. So reignite your hope. But how? Here are a few steps to help you rediscover hope. 1, reconnect with God. Spend time in prayer and in his word, seeking his guidance for your life, your path. Surround yourself with encouragement. Number 2, find friends or mentors who will uplift and challenge you to trust God's plan. Number 3, speak life over yourself. Replace thoughts of doubt with God's promises. Remind yourself daily of his love and his faithfulness. And number 4, take steps of faith. Sometimes stepping away from what's comfortable is necessary to move towards God's best. Even if there are little mistakes there, the prayers that you pray and while you talk to him, he will get you back on that path. So take those steps of faith. He's got you. And if I can help you as a life coach through this area of your life or any other obstacle, please reach out. I'd be honored to help you with his guidance and word. So until next time, Kelly Savage. But remember, don't settle. Live faith over fear. Have a great day.